Hello, everybody out there in the land of the internet and internet land. Hello, hi, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Tavern Talk. Hi, yes, we are back again at an oldie but a good bar. The last time we were here, Mikey and I were having a conversation about something. Do I remember what? No, it was over a year ago. Hi, but we're here now. Real quick, I want to say thank you to all the new followers and subscribers that we've been gathering. All of you are amazing, and I'm hoping you're having a good time here because we're enjoying making stuff for you, and we're going to keep the ball rolling swiftly forward. As usual, I am your lovely host. I'm the Jay, and joining me is my esteemed co-host. This is Brendan.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I'm enjoying this so far. Let's get this going.
Today's topic, I know we recently had another Tavern Talk about it I'd say a month ago, but we just want to bring it up again. We are going to be talking about Call of Duty, more specifically the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023. So I'm in a little bit of a gray area for those that, if for some reason you don't know, or you don't play Call of Duty, or you just gave up on Call of Duty a while ago. Back in 2019, Activision made Modern Warfare 1, not the one that we know, not COD 4, but another version of Modern Warfare 1, almost like a reimagining, or if it had gone a different direction. So it's Modern Warfare, but taking place in like a different universe that Doctor Strange didn't tell us about.
Yeah.
Same thing with Modern Warfare 2, 2022, the game that we currently have. It's supposed to be a continuation of Modern Warfare 1, but it's not 2009. It's yet again another reimagining of the Modern Warfare franchise, and the upcoming installment is Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. Basically, just a continuation of 2019, and then this next one's going to be a continuation of 2022.
And it's made by Sledgehammer, which Sledgehammer's games have been, I'm not going to say necessarily bad, but they've been mid.
The last one was awful, but the ones before that,
Oh, what was the last one that they did? Didn't they do Cold War? No, that was Cold War. It was what?
Vanguard.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't play. But
neither did I.
I did the campaign, and that was it. But I'll say this much before we start hashing it, because as we do in classic fashion, we will start hitting this franchise, not to be mean, but we're trying to give as constructive criticism as possible as compassionate, very enthusiastic Call of Duty players. So much so that because of the state of 2022 Call of Duty, we haven't played COD. Outside of logging in to get some dailies and then buying Snoop Dogg's character model because Snoop Dogg, we haven't played Call of Duty too much.
Shit, I haven't even done that. I haven't bought anything or logged in to get anything. Most I did was get to the W2000, the new sniper rifle on Battle Pass. That's it. And I haven't touched it since.
I maxed out the W2000, or for those that don't know, the Karak. And then I maxed out the FR Advancer, and I haven't picked up the game since. I've been playing a lot of Exoprimal, but as a group, we've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, and I've been doing a lot of, and I sought to submit the videos to the drive, but I've been playing a lot of Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
And recording myself playing it. I already have 4 parts done. But
you haven't uploaded any of them? God damn it. You're slacking.
No, dude, I burned through 3 of them in a day, and then I woke up the next day, was fiending to play, recorded, and then I had to go to work.
Fair enough.
So look forward to that. But back to Modern Warfare and Call of Duty as a whole. So, as we all know, as gamers, we can understand and attest that MW2, not the best in the slightest at all. Some of the things that we didn't want, they did do, and some things that we wanted, they didn't do, and so on and so forth. It is what it
did
is.
They want
Welcome
that they
to the
did?
industry. Huh?
What did they do that we wanted?
Oh, they started bringing back more guns, and that's about it.
Only ones that I was excited for was the intervention, and I mean, though it is a good gun and one of the best guns in MW2 or this current MW2, it's still, I don't know, it doesn't feel quite the same. It never will.
No, it doesn't. But before we harp too hard on it, what I want to talk about is that release trailer that they did for the upcoming Modern Warfare 3. And yeah. I thought it looked really cool, but then again, I can only take so much away from a simple cinematic.
Yeah.
But I was kind of happy with what I saw.
Yeah, it was they released it with an event mode, right?
Yes, in multiplayer. You had to complete this objective where you had to go basically destroy Zaya Observatory, or to us that played MW3, Dome. And then you have to go in there while wearing gas masks, while also fending off enemies. You have to return like 45 gas cans to this chopper before the time runs out. And there's things you can earn depending on it's PvE. You and an entire lobby of people are working together, but your squad's progress will individually count towards some of these awards that you can get, like killing commanders, taking on these chemical silos. And ultimately, when you finish it, it takes you to the cutscene that's supposed to be the announcement, the official announcement for MW3.
No, I didn't play the event because I just had no interest. I was too busy playing Baldur's Gate. But I did watch the trailer for the campaign, and yeah, it looks good. I am intrigued, but there's only so much I can take away from a campaign trailer because, let's be honest, outside of maybe Infinite Warfare, all the campaign trailers looked good. They looked great, and super cinematic, intense. The song, the choice was great. It's it's a campaign trailer. They always look good, so it's not like I can really take much from it.
And that's why a lot of people, when they saw the campaign, especially for old heads like me, were like, those that know DJ, I know I've said this several times. Modern Warfare 3 2011 is hands down my favorite Call of Duty. That's the one I played the most. That's the one I had the most time spent in. That's the one I grinded all the way to max prestige. When they said, oh yeah, max prestige isn't just 10, it goes to 20.
Yeah.
And I grinded that shit. I loved MW3. I loved the story behind MW3 because Makarov is a fucking cock ass and I hate him. And you can just imagine the look on my face when at the end of that cinematic trailer, I'm staring down the barrel of Makarov's eyes again. I'm like, didn't I leave you hanging in a building like 12 years ago? What are you doing here? I got heated. I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking kill this guy again and fuck him. Then snap back to reality. Mom's spaghetti is spilling all out of my pockets. It's just cinematic. And this is why I hate Call of Duty State right now. It's just a cinematic. The game probably sucks.
Yeah, probably.
Now that's just my first take on it. What did you first think about it when you first saw it?
Being the Modern Warfare campaigns are my favorite out of the Call of Duty series, and I'm glad that they are sticking to the whole Makarov is the final big bad that you need to take the hurdle and kill and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the direction they're going for, and I'm glad that they're at least bringing back something like No Russian. It's not taking place in an airport, it's on a plane itself, I think, from what I saw. Which is cool, but I don't think they're going to go the whole controversial route they did the first time. I think they're going to do a toned down version of it.
They'd have to. They're already on rocks.
Yeah. It would be great if they just went balls out and just did something crazy again, just to show that Call of Duty still has that, how do I say it, those cojones, but that's just me. But we all know that's probably not going to be the case. And I don't know, it's a campaign trailer. I've seen them hundreds of times. There's not really much to say. They all are very similar every year.
Oh yeah, and they know exactly what to show you to gather you in. I.e., we're gonna show you Captain Price with that standard cigar in his mouth, about to execute somebody. You're gonna have to see. We're gonna get to see the underwater submersible, so that way you now know there's gonna be some underwater missions. And then there's going to be the whole, now we get to show you who your ultimate bad guy is. And in this case, once again, it is Makarov.
Yes.
One of my favorite villains in the Call of Duty franchise. He is my second favorite villain in any sort of video game ever in the history of ever, because number one spot will always and forever be reserved for Voss from Far Cry 3.
Good choice.
Such an easy cosplay too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, yeah,
But so now let's get into the nitty gritty. And I know you just watched the video from Nero Cinema. Shout out to you, bro. Of some of the new things that they're going to be introducing into MW3 2023, and then some of the things that we like about it, some of the things that we dislike about it.
Now this is where we get into the heat of it, because at the end of the day, we're multiplayer dudes. We play multiplayer all the time. Well, not lately, but we used to play it all the time.
Bro.
And there's good reason why we're not doing it, but whatever.
Trust me, before you start, when he says it's been a while, like last night for an hour and a half, even though I was tired of shit, I hopped on Steam and I started playing this game called Idle Showdown. For those that are fans of Hololive, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Continue.
Fucking weeb games over here. But yeah, like, it's funny that we are getting all of the multiplayer information so far outside of trailers. Like, we're getting them from leaks and confirmations from some phone number that they told players to call to confirm shit, and or just industry insiders and all that. Like, there's concerns that I have, mainly just content wise, because not only have they had less time to work on this than they did in Vanguard, but from what we've seen so far, or what we heard, all 16 maps from the original MW2 are going to be remastered and put into the game. They're going to be the 16 base maps at launch.
Now, because I know what you're about to say. I can feel it in your neck.
Mm-hmm.
So before we actually go on our critiques about these maps being in this game, at the maps as a whole, damn the game that they're on, how do you feel about these maps?
Legendary.
Like what is your, tell the folks at home, this is something we haven't discussed before. What is your favorite MW2 map? What is your least favorite MW2 map?
If you don't agree with me, you High fucking rise. All-time favorite. Don't give a shit. Best map ever made. Fight me. Anyways. Least favorite. Honestly, I don't remember if it was a DLC map or whatever. If it is, then don't quote me on this. I don't think it's a base map, but it's that map with it's a snow map, and there's a train in the middle. I think it's called Derail.
Yes,
that one's my least favorite.
All right. Honestly, my favorite map, though, High Rise is a fantastic choice. The only reason why I don't pick that one is because that's for your trick shot snipers. In my opinion, that's where like the trick shot snipers got their shit off. It's like that little bit of scaffolding as a ladder, and then walking along the wall just to jump up on top, and then lay down a tack insert.
You're not even gonna shout out for those shots. You're not even gonna shout out the spawn snipes, bro.
Oh, dude, I still remember in Pomage's, I think it was a Catalyst 2, and he ran like a 9-man from their spawn from his spawn all the way to theirs. Yeah, it was Catalyst 1.
Yeah, 2 was all Black Ops 2.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, he from his spawn was running a 9-man on their spawn. I'm like, okay. The rest of the team just went and got some coffee because they got no reason to be there until he needs to reload. Dude, and then maybe you might need to panic.
Some of the clips that have been hit from that spawn snipe, legendary. Some of these clips
Absolutely
you
legendary.
won't see on any other map because this is so good. The best ones were the no scope across the maps. Get it, fucking quad collabs, headshot collabs, and all kinds of shit, man.
I think my favorite one, even though it was technically during their hide and seek video, but I think it was, I forgot if it was Jev or Apex, but one of them off the side of right spawn, like 1080 next sued into the abyss and hit at the very last second, hit somebody off of the crane.
Yeah, the crane shots were the shit to go for. That were the rooftop trick shots.
But so my favorite map, because MW3 is what got me into sniping, I'd have to say Terminal for me, because
I knew you were gonna say that.
This is where y'all are gonna judge me for my toxicity. I was that one sniper running Assassin Pro, and I was just in that planter in front of the bookstore, looking down at Eskies, like waiting for somebody to round that corner. Oh yeah,
bro. I mean, Terminal is legendary too. That's like close second place. Like High Rise, Terminal, and they're very close. They're like just this much from being just tied. I only put Terminal down just a little bit, just because High Rise is so much more special to me. I've had some crazy shots on that, or crazy clips on that map.
That's why you and I were both pissed in BO4 when they remastered, quote unquote, High Rise to Sky Rise. We're like, what the fuck is this?
No, it was Advanced Warfare.
Well, it was okay, so it was Advanced Warfare that did that, and then BO4 did Skyjacked, where they remade Hijack.
That wasn't nearly it. That wasn't bad, honestly.
Not bad. It was the same layout. You just went on the water.
Layout, just played a little different.
AW ruined the work you had to put into to get on top of that roof by just saying, yeah, now you can double jump.
Yeah, and then it became a camper spot.
Yep. But then my worst map, and again, it's a classic map, is honestly hands down one of the best maps ever created, but I just can't play it. I'd have to throw mine into Afghan. Do you know how many times I've fallen and killed myself to fall damage on that map?
One of the only maps that I ever hit a trick shot on. I'm not a trick shotter, and every once in a while I'll go for one, but I'm not a trick shotter. That's the one map I did hit a good one. I wish I recorded back then. That was back in 2009, sadly. I didn't have recording software back then.
Yeah, unless you had a Hopage or an Hopage or an HPV, the thing that Vicstar used. Having any sort of recording software was next to impossible.
Yeah, I was also fucking 10, so I didn't have an income at all.
No. But now, so let's fast forward. As Brandon has stated, these maps, these Modern Warfare 2 maps, are going to be in MW3. Pause. Let me run that by y'all again. MW2 maps are going to be ported to MW3 2023.
This is where MW2 remastered multiplayer went.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting to that, because now I'm gonna vent a little bit. I understand you're giving us some classic, fantastic maps straight out the gate, and that's awesome. I'm so thankful for that. But this is I hate to say it, this is probably one of the laziest moves I've ever seen. Oh,
definitely.
You legit did not create any map.
Yeah.
You literally ripped other maps.
Was confirm 12 original maps post-launch, but not at launch.
Like, what the fuck is the point of that then? Because you know what's going to happen is, so CDL is going to be coming up. It's going to be great to see some of these pros playing on these classic maps of old. Especially the new ones who weren't pro when they were playing. Like, now Shotzi gets to be on the big stage for on Terminal or whatever match that they use, and that's sick. But how are you gonna have OG maps? Like, I'm sorry, how are you gonna have original maps after post launch? Because now the CDL pros have to re-practice and relearn every single new map.
Well, that's something they always do when new maps come into the seasons or whatever. My concern is something that Scump said actually in a recent video, is that's the problem, is that these maps have already been used, and they were used when pros were, scrimming and competing on MW2 back in the day. So sure, the game modes are going to be different, because back then I think it was demo domination, and CTF. Yeah, capture the flag. Yeah. So not only are the modes different, but this is also a totally different game. And this is where I'm gonna rant because
take it away.
Let's be real here. These maps might be legendary, and this is where I get concerned. These maps are legendary, and yes, it's lazy that they're doing this, and that's definitely where MW2 Multiplayer Remastered went to, is this, and not being released as its own little thing like the campaign was. But this is a different game. This isn't MW 2019. Or, yeah, no, 2009. MW2 2009. God, I hate their names. I hate that you reuse this shit. Anyways. It's different. It's slower. I mean, sure, Sledgehammer has been, confirming that they're going to increase player movement, slide canceling, reload canceling, all this good stuff is coming back. And they're increasing health to 150, so higher time to kill, thank God. But it's still on the new engine. And how people have been basically trained in the last 4 years of how to play Call of Duty, they're going to be playing this game differently. Sure, it's going to be sped up now that red dots are back on the mini-map, and Dead Silence is finally going to be on a perk again. It's just, I'm concerned that it's just going to be A, slow, and B, it's not going to play the same. And I know it's not going to play the same. That's just kind of a dumb thing to say, because, let's be real, COD's a different beast nowadays. It's not like how it was back then.
COD is 100% a different beast than it was back in the day. Because
let's not forget, SBMM is still a thing.
So SBMM is still a thing. Reverse smurfing.
So if you're anyone like me or Deej, who are either average or above average, have I solo queue on Modern Warfare 2, 2022 Electric Boogaloo, whatever the fuck, I get paired against fucking Crimsons and whatever the highest, like diamonds and up is what I get paired against on the enemy team. And most of the time I'm with golds and platinums. I know, because these motherfuckers rock their damn ranked skins that they get as rewards for hitting those ranks.
Well, we also have to remember, like, one of the big things that I hate, and a lot of content creators do it, even some content creators that I personally like, including Jeff, where they essentially reverse smurf. Well, they'll queue into lobbies and then purposely get dumpstered on game after game after game after game after game. So that way, when they finally get a low enough SBMM, they're in a lobby where they know, okay, it's time for me to just turd on everyone. And I've said this for several years. Brandon knows how I feel about it, but like, if you gotta dumb yourself down, not even dumb yourself down, if you gotta purposely get down to a lower SBMM lobby just so you can turn on everybody, that doesn't make you good. Like, I don't see you as a good player if you need to play against shitters that you know are shitters. There's been many matches where you and I have queued in and we're well behind on score. Like, we're losing. And the enemy team is nothing but a bunch of sweats. And you and I just fucking turn it the fuck on and turn it the fuck around, because that's what we do. We are genuinely good at COD. And that's why if they want to take it back to regular boots on ground, I really, really, really hope it doesn't turn to the campy state. I'm sorry. Sentinel. You heard me, Activision. I said Sentinel. I didn't say camp. See? I really hope they don't take it to another, like, with classic maps like this, turn it into a camping game. Well, I would be so upset.
Well, with the leaks, and I believe they're confirmed. I think they confirmed it. I don't know. I'm still gonna say leaks because I'm not sure if they're confirmed yet. With red dots be coming back, that means silencers are now viable again. Not only that, Dead Silence is rumored to be a perk again and not a field upgrade. So that is also another great thing that is going to speed up the aggressive players. Because up until like recently, because I think Dead Silence was a perk in Cold War, but then they made it field upgrade again in Vanguard. I don't know. I didn't play Vanguard, but being a field upgrade in this game, with how loud footsteps are, it really just punished aggressive play. That's why you see a lot of people playing really slow, holding corners, or crouching around in most corners or whatever. Sure, you get players like me or Deej that still run around because we don't give a fuck and we're just gonna turn corners at max speed with a damn sniper rifle in our hand and just blast whoever's there. It still sucked when you can run into a competent player, but they're also being a sentinel, and they hear us coming from a mile away because we don't have the field upgrade active. Now, that's not going to be an issue if Dead Silence is a perk again. And I'll run that on every class.
Because, like, the one thing that I hated about this game is it seemed like certain field upgrades were necessary to survive. Like, at this point, I stopped playing on the regular maps, and I only play Shipment. The few times I do play on any regular map is because there's some sort of LTM mode, or it's into this new map here 24/7. But, like, especially on Shipment, it felt like certain perks were necessary to survive, i.e. trophy system. But then on these bigger maps, especially some of these fucking bigger maps, like that the Putamar that we played, where it's a long map with a lot of directional cuts to where it looked like a knockoff favela, and enemies were just sitting there behind kitchen counters listening for when we were running by, and then they would shoot us through walls to defend a hard point. And so now it's like you're making me,
and holding rooftops, because apparently those rooftops you can see most of the maps and hold good angles on rooftops on that map.
And so it didn't feel good to feel like, okay, now I have to use the Dead Silence field upgrade if I want to survive. Dead Silence, the field upgrade should be, this is something that I like to use in the heat of battle, not something that I have to use because I have no choice. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And so when it comes to MW3, I'm just worried that it'll be just slow, because there's one thing that I don't like how new CODs are played now, and it was sort of remedied in Vanguard. Again, I didn't play it. And in Cold War, probably the best one out of the 4 that came out in the last 4 years, is just how slow it's gotten. How competitive it feels. And that's only because SBMM is a thing. That's the only reason why it feels competitive. So, you factor in all this, and now you're putting new maps, old remastered maps into a game at base 16 at launch. I just don't want it to be like another Showdown, or the new one they just released that's also remastered from COD 4. What's that map again?
Showdown?
No, not
Showdown. No.
The newer one.
Shit, I forgot.
Strike Zone?
Yeah! No, wait, not Strike Zone.
No.
Strike Zone is Ghost.
Yeah, no, not Strike Zone.
It's the one with the helicopter.
No, not that one. We'll figure it out later. But
yeah.
Showdown itself, just example, does not play how it did in COD 4 at all. No. And the first time I got on it, in the first 5 games we played of it, I went down the middle hallway every time to go for those snipes down hall. No one was there. Ever. Not one person. And they would always just rush the sides and go to the top floor, and that's where you would find people every time. Sure, in COD 4, it'd be sort of the same way, but it'd be more spread out. You would find people in hallway, top floor, side alleys, upstairs, on the balcony, or shit, even on the road. Like, dude, this is so different now. And that's what scares me about these maps, coming back to how players play now. I'm just worried that it's gonna be Sentinel gameplay again.
It goes back to what I said before, what I've said before, like off recording. But God has gone from essentially our version of the gridiron, and like, all right, you're playing because you want to win, but you're wanting to play because the game is fun, and you just want to play some COD. Now COD is just swiftly turned into I want to win, and I will do whatever it takes to win. Even if it means moving to this one spot and not touching my left thumbstick for the remainder of the match. I'm waving this hand because this is where my left thumbstick currently is. But no, we're about halfway through, and I think we should take a quick commercial break. What do you say, my friend?
Yeah.
All right. Which camera am I going to be looking at? Where'd you park? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break and hear from our partner, Dubby. Take it away, other me. Hi guys, it's me, DJ. I just wanted to take this time to remind you guys once again about our partnership with Dubby. If you want to change the way you game, Dubby is the way. Now head on over to dubby.gg and use our code NSE for 10% off your total order. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hey everybody out there on the internet, NoSkill Mike here to invite you personally to our NoSkill Discord server. In the description below, in the link tree, easy access to all the fun, music, and other entertaining things we share and interact with the community on every single day. So hopefully I'll see you there or somewhere out here in this big, wonderful world.
Welcome back. Hello, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful ad read. Thank you once again to Dubby for hanging out with us. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. And I hope your shoelaces get tied and never come untied during the day's woes. And once again, join the Discord. Come on over. Kind of cool. What do you say? Let's go. But yes, back to what we were talking about. We're talking about Call of Duty MW3, the history of the Modern Warfare franchise. And one of the things that Brandon brought up earlier is this is the multiplayer that MW2 Remastered needed. Now, did I enjoy MW2 Remastered? Absolutely. It felt good to play that game again. But him and I both had the same concern. Why is this a 45 gig download and there's no multiplayer? And so we both started thinking maybe they'll release the multiplayer later on. Maybe.
Never did.
Nope. For some reason, the maps that should be on MW2 are not going to be in this game. Do I find it a little weird and illogical? Yeah. But like I said, this is all in the hands of Sledgehammer. One of the things I wanted to bring up that I personally still don't quite understand is I thought we were in the cycle of having a COD every 2 years, and then next thing I know, I hear this game is coming out, and it was supposed to be its own, like, I guess you could say standalone DLC solo game thing.
Now, the whole thing with that, and sadly, Activision nor had the devs ever confirmed this. This was just something that the players thought was going to happen. Was MW2 was going to be the last game until 2025.
Yep.
And that this year was it 2024? My bad. Last game until 2024. And that this year would have been just like a year or two kind of expansion to MW2. Not the case anymore. Activision is making it plain and clear on every post that they do. It's a premium Call of Duty release. So it's a full $70 game. With at launch is launching with 16 already used and old maps. That's $70. Let me reiterate this. $70. Fun fact, MW2 guns are going to be in MW3. All of them. Some attachments can be used with MW3 guns, and some MW3 attachments can be used on MW2 guns. But yeah, guns from this game are going into the next game, and every camo you've unlocked will be in that new game.
You would think, especially if you played the OG games, we would get I already did this shit before discount. But anyway, to squeeze every shekel that everybody has. Thank you, Activision. You're really good at doing that. You shouldn't be, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah,
but
I played these games over a decade ago, or these maps over a decade ago.
Like going back to Sledgehammer, I want to have like at least a modicum of faith in that Sledgehammer can create something decent, because, like I said, besides Vanguard, which I didn't play, I know some pros and content creators played it and they dug the game. They thought the game was sick, but when it came to Sledgehammer making games after they tore away from Infinity Ward and became their own independent developer under Activision. Their games weren't bad. They got old for me after a while. Like World War II got old for me, especially since there wasn't a whole lot of content to roll out with it. Advanced Warfare, same thing. They were bringing us content, but then it turned into, hey, you're just gonna be here trying to get a bunch of loot drops because everybody's hunting for the Obsidian Steed Ball 27 or the Speakeasy ASM1 or the Quick More. Because those were the best guns to use. And it just got old super, super, super fast. That plus the group we were playing with were really ruining that time, because clan wars and hardcore. And you know about that in the AW time. You know the struggle. It was boring. So I have faith in Sledgehammer to create something quality. But in this case, we've had like 2019 mid. This game even worse. There's no way you can go below the bar that MW2 2022 has set. I hope.
I mean, if they do, they better not go below the bar that Vanguard set, because that one's really low. That's lower than MW2.
Oh yeah, but with the likes of, because again, there's a lot of games coming out. I know I stressed this in the last one, but there's a lot of games coming out that everybody's looking forward to, including X-Defiant. X-Defiant's been confirmed to come out before the end of this year. Then you had the likes of the finals coming out and people getting back into CS:GO. And if this game lands below the mark that we're hoping for, people are just gonna leave. And you already have some good things going for you in that we know the maps already that are going to be in the game. We played them over a decade ago.
Yep.
We know some of the guns that are going to be in the game. We played with them a decade ago. We know some of the perks and shit that you...
This year.
Huh?
That's it. I said, hell, most of them we played with this year.
Uh-huh. And some of the things that they wanted to add in, such as, a different movement speed, slide canceling, reload canceling. Thank fucking Christ. I can't tell you how many gunfights I lost because one gun is out of ammo. I swap to my secondary, then go back to my primary, and I'm still reloading the bitch.
It was just always, I got caught reloading and I tried to reload cancel only to forget, oh, that doesn't work anymore.
So it'd be nice to go back to what seems to be what they're aiming for is bare bones Call of Duty, run and gun. And I don't know if this is confirmed. I know you mentioned something about it earlier before we went live, but is there prospected to be doors in this game? Because if there's doors,
so
god damn it.
From what I understand on a quote on some tweet or something, here's what they said. That they're gonna try their best to keep these legendary maps as to the faithful as to the original design in a modern age. Does that modern age include doors? If it is, I'm gonna be very upset.
Imagine having to burst through a door when you run onto the airplane and terminal.
If there's a door
in the fucking airplane.
Bro, if I spawn on high rise and when you're running up that hallway to run out towards those windows to, that everyone just exits out of the building from, if there's a door right there, right before that room with the windows, I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't want my spawn shot to be blocked by a fucking double hinged doors that are indestructible.
If there's a door going in and out of Burger Town, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Man, if they put a door in my fucking gift shop at the terminal, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. I want my freaking get well soon card. I don't know,
bro. Imagine there's a door inside one of the defunct airplanes in Scrapyard. Just like this is an AC-130, there shouldn't be a door in here.
That would have been fun. If they put in a door in Scrapyard.
Like
they put a dude. I mean, I'm glad that Rust is gonna be coming back. That's always a good time.
Dude, Rust is where you went to handle shit. Like, for those that have been around since the era of 360, and you like you played MW2, dude, we it's a true statement when OG gamers say they survived MW2 lobbies, because some of that shit was crazy. The craziest times in Call of Duty history, and especially for Xbox 360, happened on MW2 2009. You know, you rattled somebody's feathers when they challenged you to a 1v1 on Rust, snipers only, trick shot last, or B, you had to leave the party that you were in with the boys because they invited you to a private chat.
Fucking private chat.
You rattled some feathers, and you had to tell the fellas, "Hey, hold up, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go handle some business real quick. Get what's up, though. I'll be back." And it's just you and some other dude yelling at each other incessantly while you're still playing COD. And then you go back into the party with the boys, and they're just like, "Oh, what'd he say? What'd he say? Oh, another. He's Bill Gates' kid. He's gonna get me banned."
I would miss those days, bro.
And sadly, especially with the state of COD right now, we're not getting those. We're not getting those back. As the last thing, I don't know if this is rumor. It's probably rumor and probably not true. But I heard something along the lines of, I don't know if it's Xbox or Call of Duty, but they're reserving the right to record your actual audio, so you can actually have what you're saying recorded and sent to whatever headquarters, and you could potentially get yourself in trouble or banned for being toxic in game chat.
That was supposed to be the AI in Ricochet. It's supposed to be like AI in Ricochet, where if you were recorded saying really, I don't know, derogatory or just really controversial shit, or real degen, as it were, you would get penalties or a ban. I don't know if they went through with it or if they're going to. I don't know.
I honestly wouldn't want them to, because as much as I understand this is the nobody should be saying like horrendous shit, like nobody really should. But, and I hate to say, I'm not veiling this as like an excuse or anything, but this is gaming and this is Call of Duty to boot. That's just kind of what they do. Okay, like we've been in lobbies where we're trying to compliment the enemy team because it was genuinely a good game. We'll swap to game chat and we're just like, "Hey, GG's boys," and then I get hit with like, "Shut up, Papa Fat Sack, you stupid," and then he says some form of slur word to me, and I'm like, "I was just saying GG. How'd you get twisted and tied over 2 letters? What, do you hate the letter G?" But so that's one of the steeples in the Call of Duty community is, I guess you could say, the steeple is the toxicity. That's how it's always been. And going into this game, I would want them, honestly, to keep it, because that's what Call of Duty, I don't want to say that's what Call of Duty is about, but that's what's been going on for the past however long COD's been around competitively. Like, I still love one of my favorite toxic moments in the CDL was Optic winning, and I forgot who they were facing against. I think they were facing TK, and then Scump and Formal T2P just stand up, and Scump's just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're so fucking bad." And Formal's just like, "Yeah, you suck. You fucking suck. Get fucked."
Some of those live competitions again with those pro teams were hilarious to witness.
And then it come their retirement, but Octane and Nate Shot, they're all like, "Oh yeah, we don't hate each other at all. We're all friends in the community. We just love talking shit to each other when we're playing. Because at that point, you're not my friend, you're my competitor." And that's what you go into with each game of Call of Duty is whether I'm playing against the boys or the times when I can't exactly say stream snipe, but I join your game in session and I happen to be joined on the enemy team, and I'm like, I'm gonna go grief his ass. Let me go get a shotgun.
This is why, if I give MW2 one, I guess, little speck of happiness, the fact that you were able to queue into like gun game and free for all with a party and get into games with a bunch of like our friends and shit on free for all, I loved that, dude. It reminds me of Black Ops 2 when we were just session joining our lobbies and free for alls and just sniping each other in the entire lobby.
Like the last time we all played COD together. Because the last time we all played COD together, we queued up into a game of free for all, and next thing you know, I see Brandon. I shoot him. I'm just like, "Hi, Brandon." 2 seconds later, Mikey B Snapper, he kills me and just follows up. "Hi, DJ." Then you kill Mikey, and it's like, "Hi, Mikey." Did we just train each other? Oh shit! So that's one thing that I hope they keep in the upcoming game, because I want to have faith in this. As a COD kid that's been so devout to COD for the past damn near 20 years, I really want this game to stay in its course and stay in its realm. And I know Sledgehammer tried their hardest when they gave us, not Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, because we finally said we want something different. They gave us something different,
and it stayed like that for like what, 3 years?
Yeah, because then we had Advanced Warfare, then we had Black Ops 3, which they fine-tuned it and made it actually decent. And then after that, it was Infinite Warfare with double jump and wall running and character abilities.
And we all know how that went.
I think the character abilities is what turned the game into stupid.
No, I think at that point, on top of it, people were just sick of jetpacks and all that.
You're gonna now give Infinite Warfare this much. A lot, if not all of my clips for my introducing into Exiled Clan were from Infinite Warfare. Sue me. But so that's why I'm going to go into this with somewhat positive mentality in hopes that the game is going to be all right. All because, again, I love the Modern Warfare franchise. I want to see how they can spin this and make it work. Hell, when they brought out 2019, was it 2019 or it wasn't 2019. It was MW2 remastered. No, it was which one was it? Never mind. It was one of the remastered games when you could pop Colonel Shepard because you already knew what was going to happen. But so I dig the fact. So that piece of information is not relevant. But so I dig the fact that they are wanting to do a different spin, a reimagining, if you will, of the Modern Warfare franchise with this. But I personally think if you don't end Makarov here or find a way to end it properly, you're going to be kicking a dead horse if you try to go for MW4.
Oh man, I remember when MW4 was like a thing that people wanted back then, but we got Ghost instead. Imagine an MW4. Imagine what would you think would happen if they continued that original story? Like where would that go?
I'd have to say the guy whose arm you shot off, or his kid, the guy who himself on that rooftop that you're chasing through. One of those two isn't dead and wants to carry out Makarov's legacy.
I think if they ever did continue that story, I think MW4 would have been probably the game where they killed off Price. I'm just gonna throw it out there because they would have to kill him.
Fucking die.
They would have to kill someone off because they already did it with Soap and MW, the original MW3.
No, you know the franchise is ending when they kill off Nikolai.
Bro, Nikolai, the home dog.
Dude, he got the whips, bro. He got anything you need. You need a Toyota Prius? He got it. You need an 18-wheeler? Somehow, he got it.
So that was the big question. What twist will they bring to this one? Will they just kill off Soap again, or are they going to do something different?
With the way they're portraying Makarov, I have a feeling he's going to have like a guerrilla gangster mentality. So I wouldn't doubt if one of those core characters dies. And
if they kill off Ghost again, I'm going to scream.
I don't think they'll try to kill off Ghost again because then you're just repeating last year. But if not Soap, it had to be one of the newer characters, like Homeboy's sister from 2019. The girl that you can play in the raid.
That's talking about Farah?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, because we still have Price, Ghost, Soap, Alex, Farah, Nikolai.
Maybe
Gaz.
Alex, since he already lost the leg. Now just take the rest of him.
I don't know, we'll see.
That was fucked up.
We'll see. I'm gonna get it against my better judgment. I kept telling myself I wasn't going to, but with all the, I at least want to try the game with these remastered maps. If there wasn't gonna be remastered maps, I wouldn't have gotten it. But I want to see how this game's gonna play, especially since with Sledgehammer and these rumors and promises of the game being faster pace and, you know, higher time to kill and all that. I'm hoping that the gunplay is faster. If there's one thing about MW2 that I will give praise to, is the gunplay itself. The core gameplay is great. Guns feel amazing. They're smooth and they just feel amazing to shoot. It's the movement that everyone has the problem with. Now, if it's faster in MW3, and if the guns are faster, because apparently more movement and hopefully better gunplay. I hope sniping is faster. I do. I really fucking do. And I hope that MW2 guns also increase in speed if these guns in MW3 are also going to be faster. Because
did we have another Spaz 12 secondary again?
Fuck no. No, I'm sick of shotguns at this point. Don't you fucking put that evil on this.
But now you can have it as a secondary, bro. Imagine having the broadside as an actual secondary weapon and not use overkill. I
will end you.
I'm being a toxic piece of shit. Pay no mind to me.
I will end you.
But we're going to be closing out here shortly. But he said what he's worried about. One of my biggest fears, and because I constantly do it, the one thing that I don't want to have happen is don't rely your buffs and balances and patch fixes based off of what Warzone players are playing. Warzone players are playing Warzone. They're not playing MW3. Okay, pay attention to the people actually playing your game. Because the last thing that I need is, even though I think he's great, last thing I need is Tim the Tabman telling them which guns need to be nerfed and buffed when A, he doesn't play COD, and when he does play COD, he only plays Warzone. So listen to your actual community of people that are playing the game, not playing Warzone. Maybe listen to the CDL players, the people that actually have to play the game because that's their job.
Oh yeah, and the fact that you fired a bunch of the CDL staff.
Yeah, fuck you, by the way.
Fuck you. Why are you trying to kill off this amazing competitive scene? You know what? We would have been better without the franchising. Pros
it's true.
And the teams are doing way better off without this whole franchising bullshit.
FaZe Red, FaZe Black, Octave Nation, Optic Gaming, Team Parasite, Team Evil Geniuses,
and
Revenge, Denial.
Denial, yep, there you go. Complexity, Evil Geniuses, bro.
United.
So many more teams than we have now, and we're performing so much better than what we are now. The franchising is just really hurting the competitive scene. And it shows.
I mean, the one upside is like now esports is a recognized franchise in the actual sports space. Like you can actually watch gaming competitions on ESPN. I think that's sick.
Yeah, that's sick, and that's great, and it really gives some exposure. But I'm really just harping on the fact that CDL has hurt not only itself because they're firing their own staff, and they've also hurt the CDL in the amount of teams and players and just all around just, I don't know, competition. Because back then there were so many teams competing at tournaments. Now there's like what was it? What are there, like
there were supposed to be 12, but I think there's only 10 this year.
Yeah, you're cutting it down. But back then it took several days to get through all the teams that were competing.
And that was just prelims, let alone the actual game itself.
Like, dude,
now you can go through champs in a day, maybe 2.
But now you're asking these teams to pay like $1 million entries to even franchise. Like, fuck off.
And so that's why when it comes to Call of Duty, like the spirit of Call of Duty got killed when wages became the main focal point. Contracts and everything is what's going to be the end of it when it comes to professional Call of Duty. And I don't want that. I want to go back to the old school in the mall, 6v6, y'all facing each other. You're shit talking the dude who you just fucking bodied. Let's go back to that Call of Duty. That was a fun era of Call of Duty. And I want to get back to that because COD's different now. I'll still play COD. I'll still support COD. I'll always be a COD kid, but COD is just way too different now to play.
And if I'd enjoy the game somewhat, I'll still watch CDL and still enjoy it.
I'll still tune in when Optic plays because Optic and maybe FaZe Clan when they can get their heads out of their asses. But Optic for damn sure. I'll always back the green wall. So will this man.
Yeah, Optic and 100 Thieves for me.
True. 100 Thieves too. But Optic, primarily Optic. But Optic. I miss you, Sam. Octane, I miss you, buddy. I hope you're doing well, living out your dreams. But it is closing time. It is that time. It is outro time. We made it to the end of another episode of the Tavern Talk. I would just want to thank you guys one more time for tuning in and listening to this little rant video. Because, again, him and I are just very passionate about COD. And as kids that have been playing COD since damn near the very beginning, we want the franchise to flourish. And we've just been noticing changes, and we just want to talk about them. But, as per usual, we're going to go around the table and get some closing thoughts, arguments, statements. Starting with you, good sir. Anything you want to say to the folks?
Please make the new game fast paced. If you don't, I'm playing X Defiant.
Which that's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. Final closing thoughts and statements from me. Once again, I must reiterate: don't take your patch note tips from Warzone players. Please take them from the people that actually play the game, not the free-to-play game. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Listen to Urs. And stop with all the variants, okay? I have like 10 different M4 variants, and I don't use any of them.
Yeah, that would require them to not give a fuck about money.
Can you not, please? Maybe this once? I don't know. Maybe. Or at least keep it at cosmetic. Don't let the guns do different shit. Like Sledgehammer, go back to what you did with Advanced Warfare. Give me Cthulhu as a fucking exosuit. But it doesn't do anything.
Don't go back to Advanced Warfare. He's lying.
I'm saying when the cosmetics were just cosmetic, they didn't actually do anything extra for you.
But in Advanced Warfare, they did though.
Not the exosuit cosmetics. Fuck the guns. Don't do that.
There you go. Be clear.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Well, that's it for me. Listen to your true gamers and not your Warzone players. Warzone will always be there. Warzone is still the baby of this goddamn franchise, and I don't know why.
Warzone shit. Anyways.
And that's another story we can harp on later. But it is the end of this episode of the Tavern Talk. Thank you once again, ladies and gents, for hanging out with us. Just a heads up that down below, there's some buttons in the comment section. And I highly suggest you do whatever you want to with them. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. Please subscribe to anything you want to with them. And we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.